buenos dias. I'm Flo Vasquez.
Leslie Vasquez.
Welcome to Dare to Share
Podcast.
Man, God is so good.
All the time.
Are you glad the cold is over?
Yes.
My little princess here kept me warm. You know, there's a song y'all know. You'll always be a fire I can't put out. You'll always be a fire I can't put out. That's what we're going to talk about today. Not letting your fire go out. It's so important. What's one way, Leslie, to keep your fire from going out?
Worshiping and praising the Lord.
Yes. So
Yes.
she's going to read out of Inventory, chapter 23.
Yes. Chapter 23, page 45. In all things give thanks. Psalms 95:2 says, "Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout joyfully to him with psalms." I just want to encourage you to thank God for who he is
Yes.
and for what he has done in your life. He is the great I am, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Thank him for waking you up and for giving you another day.
She just read Psalms 95 out of the book in 23. It's so neat because how we keep that fire, the flame burning in us, is how we approach God. You know, if we come to God just demanding things, or why is it so important how you approach God?
Well, the Bible is very clear. You know, you come into his presence with thanksgiving and you come into his courts with praise.
Yes.
So there's an order in how you come into his presence. He already tells us that. But I think that being able to come into his presence is such a blessing.
Yes, it is.
And should not be taken for granted.
Come on
He's
now.
blessed us
He's a holy
richly
God. Yes, he is.
to be reverenced, to be feared.
She's going to read John chapter 11, verse 21.
Martha told Jesus, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died."
What's taking place?
Well, Martha's a little bit angry because her brother Lazarus has died, and she's looking to Jesus like, "Where were you? Why didn't you come?"
Where you at, Jesus?
Yes.
Look, I'm guilty of that. Yeah, I'm guilty of complaining. I'm guilty of saying, God, where you at? Look, I'm guilty of that. And God was so merciful to me. He's like, okay, you know what?
He's very patient with
He's
us
so patient
and our
with us.
demands.
I was causing Hispanic panic, and God didn't even worry, man. He's just, he said, okay. All right, now you through complaining, Flo? Now she's going to
Yes.
read John chapter 11, verse 32.
When Mary reached the place where Jesus was, she fell at his feet and worshipped. When Jesus saw her weeping, he said, "Where have you laid him?"
So now, what is Mary doing?
Worshiping.
She's worshiping.
She fell at his feet, just worshiping him.
Man, I will bow down and worship. She knew how to approach the king.
Yes.
And then he's like, where have you laid him? Now his heart's moved.
With so much compassion.
Where have you laid him?
I think you see here two different attitudes. Martha was almost demanding, a little bit angry, and Mary was just worshiping the Lord of Lords.
A bad attitude is like a flat tire. You won't get anywhere. But Mary had an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. If you
Yes.
complain, you remain.
Yes.
Got to be more careful. Woo.
We need to have an attitude of gratitude at all times.
Yes, we do. The children of Israel, they were stuck in the desert. What did they do?
Complain.
Murmuring, complaining. It don't get you nowhere.
No.
You got to change the atmosphere.
Yes.
Flame that fire.
Yes. And take the focus off of what you're going through or off of yourself and put it on the one who can change all things.
Woo! So, Leslie, I'm going to share the story of Henry Ford. When he interviewed two men, he took them out to lunch. And after lunch was over, he looked at one gentleman. He goes, start Monday. He looked at the other gentleman and goes, you didn't get the job. So the other gentleman got up and left, says, thank you, Mr. Ford. And the one stayed behind and says, I'm curious why you didn't hire me. You didn't ask me anything about my qualifications, my engineering, my degrees. You know, he goes, I'm qualified for this job. And you didn't ask me anything. Mr. Ford goes, well, it's pretty simple. He said, when the lady brought the steaks out, that gentleman cut his steak, tasted it, then he put salt on there. You put the salt on there and you started eating your steak. I need someone who's not going to think that that's the way it always is. I need somebody who's got vision, creativity. They're going to test something first. And the second thing is the waitress came 5 times and the gentleman that I hired He told her, thank you, and I appreciate you every single time. And you didn't say thank you one time. Let me tell you something. Thankfulness and gratitude is contagious. But not being thankful, that's contagious. And I don't need that in my work area. I don't need that in my atmosphere. And so, Leslie, how did you think that God felt?
I think, well, I would hope that it opened his eyes to see, maybe to have an attitude check, to look within.
And check up from the neck up.
Yes.
Y'all, it's so important for us to be thankful. You know, even there's times, y'all, in our marriage, there was a season where I wasn't thankful for my wife. And the Lord dealt with me on that. And now I'm so thankful for her, you know. And so we have this journal. She's holding up the inventory book. You can go to Flo, you can go to Amazon, type in Flo Vasquez, the inventory. And then we got a journal. And why is this journal so important?
Oh, I think it's so important to journal your process. If you're reading the inventory, you can write down where he's brought you from, your healing. Just every day, write down what you're thankful for. And then when you're going through these times of maybe trials or testing or waiting, you can look back and see what all he's done for you and just flame that fire. He's so faithful.
Flame that fire. Come on now. Yes. And I'm going to close out with this. They asked a little girl, she was dying of cancer. She was like 6 years old. And the doctor said, are you scared of dying? She says, no, I'm not. She goes, you know what I'm scared of? The doctor said, what? I'm scared that no one will remember me. You know, Jesus, when we take communion, he said, do this in remembrance of me. Yes. What can you write down that you're thankful for and you remember what God is doing in your life? It's so important to write it down. And Leslie, when you want to close out?
Even though you see our face, we pray you hear his voice. God bless.